Well, I'm attorney Dan Marr from the Nashua, New Hampshire law firm of Hamlin Kerrigan, and I've been practicing law here in New Hampshire for about 38 years, about 28 years in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and I've been dealt with a whole variety of matters. But I'm going to talk today about the small matters. That sometimes the small issues can get you. Somebody files a small claims complaint in New Hampshire against you. You might be operating a business, it might be some other issue, and it might be extremely frustrating, but I'm going to talk a little bit about how you respond to those situations. First, when somebody files a small claims action, I find that a lot of them will file for the maximum amount. They'll claim $10,000 because that's the max that they can ask for. People generally, even if they have a right to a jury trial, are going to probably stay in the district division of the circuit court in whichever circuit that is. The defendant being you, if you're being sued, or your business is being sued. And you want to look at that case and take a look in detail as to the requirements. If you can electronically file things, you might do it on your own. You might get an attorney to help you in regards to it. But actually respond. Don't look at it and think it's silly and you're just going to show up at the hearing. No, you have to do a response for one. And then you want to also look at the action itself. I've had a lot of these actions for my business clients where the first thing we do is we look at the merits of it. If there's something that's got some meat to it, we're going to be reaching out to the person and trying to resolve the matter at a reasonable amount of money. And if we can settle the case, we're going to do that quickly before we start spending some money on the matter. If there's a claim that just is not, the facts are wrong, he or she is making a claim, the person is making a claim that's just not accurate, then you're going to file a answer to it and you're going to deal with it substantively. A lot of small claims complaints, what I see, are ones that just can't go forward. They're ones that just on the face of them, what's called a motion to dismiss is appropriate. A motion to dismiss is a procedural issue that you can file in New Hampshire saying that if you take all the allegations as true, everything that's been alleged in the allegations is true, they lose. And while small claims cases have some relaxed rules of evidence, some claims just don't make any sense. The old one we had in law school was, you stole my girlfriend. Well, if you stole, there's no cause of action for stealing somebody's girlfriend. You decide she changes her mind and it goes with you. But in business situations, it might be a situation where somebody says they don't think somebody was being fair, and it's not a contractual issue. It's not something that's going to get to a level of what's called the consumer protection claims, anything like that. There might be allegations out there that on the face of it, if they prove it, they're going to lose. And getting that out front and doing a motion to dismiss makes sense to get that in front of the court, get the other side understanding where you're at on this. You will still likely have the motion to dismiss dealt with at the day of a trial when they eventually schedule up a trial. Unfortunately, they also require you to go through mediation, which is very well worth it when there's a factual dispute and there's something to resolve. When it's a garbage claim, and some of these small claims actions are garbage claims, meaning that everything they say, if they were able to prove everything, they still lose because there's no way that they can have a cause of action, meaning a lawsuit for that. You still have to go through that, and you want to move forward as quick as possible. You still have to go that day. It's just an important matter for you to not to pay off on something like that, to just show up, to just agree to something like that, because this is similar to what I say for employment clients of mine. If it's a frivolous claim, you don't want to be out there known as somebody that can file a claim against you and you're just going to pay. You don't want to be a pigeon that they can pluck. You want to make sure that you have you stand by your merits of your case and you go forward with something. If you think there's a legitimate argument there, you're going to fight it. Or if you think it's a gray area, you might resolve the matter. That makes perfect sense. But when they're completely nonsense, just throwing money at the issue because you know you're going to spend more money dealing with it, think carefully about that on that micro case. That's your decision to make. But if you do it, you're going to open up a can of worms for other people making similar claims. Consumers, employees, vendors, they may talk, and it might be a good business decision when it's a frivolous claim, meaning something without merit, to fight it and go forward with it. So I'm attorney Dan Marr. I've dealt with much larger cases, but I have had clients that have dealt with the small claims cases, and I've helped them out in regards to the small claims cases to make sure that when they are something that needs to be resolved, they're resolved quickly before you go to court with the other side, and you try to work out something, and you also keep your good reputation of standing by your product or whatever else, and meeting their needs when there's something wrong. But if you're in a situation where somebody's making a claim, it could be a previous tenant, it could be anything else. They go through the eviction process, they're mad, and they deal with this claim. Think carefully about whether you want to fight it, because you don't want other people coming forward and making other claims. And then in the long run, it costs you a lot more money than if you dug in and fought a frivolous claim on the merits. I'm attorney Dan Marr at 603-883-5501 at Hamlin Carrigan in Nashua, New Hampshire. You can also check out our website, NashuaLaw.com, and if you go to my bio and you check my weekly vlogs, which are all by topic, you can scroll and see if there's any other, or scroll and look at the variety of topics that might be of interest to you. I'm attorney Dan Marr, happy to talk to you if the opportunity arises, 603-883-5501. Thank you.